on um niche, I don't know how you say your name, but if you just started your favorited, welcome. Come follow me. Um yeah, it's so I have a friend. I don't even want to say her name. I'm like, whatever. But it's niche, not niche. So make sure to get that. But I do stream on my Instagram once a week. And my Instagram stream yesterday, I swear to God, you guys, my Instagram is turning into a Stan account for what's her name? Soy una pringada. Like, her fans so badly, hi Amanda, want me to come to Spain to meet her. It's getting so intense. Let me just check in with this person again. Well, hi, okay, you're not muted anymore. Aw, thanks, Amanda. How are you doing? Have you been having a good day? Okay, all right, well. No, I do not respect Trump. Fuck Trump. Please don't believe anything you see on my fan club pages, okay? Like, of course I don't respect Trump. I know I muted him. And then I tried to talk to him, but, okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh no, yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go now, but thank you so much for the battle. I kept trying to leave and I would like decline and he would be like, so I was saying why I don't talk to my neighbor anymore. And it's because he said some awful, racist, horrible shit about Ilhan Omar. And someone in the chat, because I was like, I told the neighbor, I was like, how could you disrespect a member of Congress that way? And someone was playing devil's advocate in the chat and was like, well, people disrespect Trump, so shouldn't it be okay to disrespect Ilhan Omar? And I was like, no, I don't disrespect Trump, right? Like, publicly, I think he's an awful pedophilic human. TikTok don't, who's like ruining our planet. I guess that's disrespectful, but just remember, everything on the fan club page is taken out of context and removed of nuance. And so it's best that if you see the fan club president stuff, just like keep swiping. Somebody came on my chat in my stream last week and was like, people aren't making videos about you anymore. And I was like, good. But I doubt that's gonna happen. Yes, absolutely, Newly. Thank you for what am I saying? Asking about it, because I love when you're in chat. I really do. So, yeah, of course I'm right about Trump. What's up, Becca? But yeah, it's just part of being in the moment, right? Oh. All right, let me just take a moment to pray. God, thank you so much for allowing me and guiding me to go live today. please banish any dark energy, negative energy, get them out of my live stream room. We're here for positivity. I'm here for personal growth, to tell about a story time, hanging out with my community. If people want to bring their projections, have them go elsewhere. You were summoned. Hello. Oh, God. Who is the one that always asks awesome questions? Laz. Laz asks the best questions. And Laz asked me a question and said, do I think birds have elbows? The answer is no. Orange said, I know you're not a hater, Orange, but I don't talk about my story on my live streams. I just don't. I'm in therapy. I'm healing privately. Like, I healed as much as I could from talking about it publicly. The people who are meant to find it are still finding it. They're still healing from it. They're still feeling seen, validated. And also, like, it was a lot for me to talk about my trauma publicly and have people not believe me and being called crazy. So I'm stepping back. Yes, discombobulated. Nice to have you here. A couple weeks ago, I woke up because when I get channeled messages, they come in first thing in the morning. And I woke up and I heard really clearly, you need to start meditating 20 minutes every day, silent. And I was like, okay. So I've been doing it 20 minutes every day, silent meditation. And it's just so powerful. It really is. I mean, I pray every day. I do my clearing every day. Hi, people talk. But there's just something about, like, being quiet and observing your thoughts. It's so powerful. Kate asked, do you ever consider going to grad school to be a real counselor instead of a coach? You know, grad school, like, I'm lucky to have no student loan debt. So I don't really want to be strapped with that again. And something that I say about grad school, like, if I were to get a regular, like, 9-to-5 job again, which I don't see that happening, and they were like, oh, we'll pay for you to go to grad school, maybe, because I love to learn, I love to study, I love to grow. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but yeah, grants and scholarships, that's true. No, somebody asked me if I would go to school to be a Aw, thanks, Talia, to be a real therapist. Thank you. But yeah, let me just check back in. Okay, I think we're clear. I think we're good. Thank you all so much for hanging out. So now, let's listen to that song first, and then I'm going to tell my story from last night. And this is, like, I've been looking at, like, really trying to study other streamers, because I'm just so grateful to be able to stream and to have this community. Thank you, Richard. And, you know, something that I look at streamers who are talking about important things, they all have people that fucking say terrible things about them and try to misrepresent them or do whatever, right? And so I've just decided that talking about important things, like, if you're getting pushback on shit, it means that you're talking about something important. And so that's where I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to stay in my lane. Exactly. I wish I could say cancel. I wish I could Polovat. Polovat said, cancel culture is so dumb. It truly is. Like, I'm still processing what happened to me because you guys, I started my story 6 months ago. And I think I dissociated for a lot of it because it was just so much, and it caused like a lot of other people to dissociate about the harm that's been done to them. So, all right, we're just gonna listen from my phone. Okay, fine. So, Polo said, it's okay. Your story made a lot of people speak up. Yes, because you know what? A lot of women have it in the back of their head that they should tell their story, but they're too afraid because they know that if they speak out, the world's going to try to silence them like they did to me. But guess what? I'm here to show women that they can tell their story about the harm that's been done to them, and the world could try to destroy them and they'll still be fine. Because we have to let patriarchy go. Patriarchy is bad for everybody. Patriarchy is bad for everybody. And the policing of women and the cancel culture, that is patriarchy. Do I take on pro bono clients? Yeah, here on the stream. What do you guys think I do? Like, this is me gifting people my nervous system, my energy. When people want to come on as guests, I'll give free coaching. This is my gift to you guys. Like, it's... Well, welcome, San. Hi, Maya. This is a cute song. Three Wisco girls asked, why are we not moving on to bigger, better things instead of revisiting that over? I am moving on to bigger and better things. I mean, obviously, like, the energy flowed when I told my story. That's where I had impact. So, you know, I can still talk about it while not being traumatized by it. Bye, Maya. Yeah, exactly. People talk. Thank you. But yeah, let's get all of the negativity out of here. Oh my God. That's the thing. People are just constantly going to be saying, like, do better. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, I want to tell you all a story about what happened yesterday. Beck says, why do you use TikTok rather than, say, YouTube to speak? Because TikTok was the platform that chose. I could have gone to YouTube. I guess I was going to say it chose me. That spirit told me to go to, and look what happened. Things flow. I have been uploading my TikTok lives on YouTube. And so I don't know. I might try to have more of a presence there because, like I've said many times, I have some sort of a YouTube problem where if someone were to search for me on YouTube, They just see how psychotic I am. You know, it's interesting. I saw this tweet. I need to go find your YouTube. So it's just, unfortunately, okay, so I said, like, I've had the same YouTube since 2006. And my YouTube handle was my AOL Instant Messenger handle. And I just changed it over to my name, but Kendra Hilty was taken. So now I'm Kendra Hilty 33 on YouTube. And there are a few YouTube videos that I filmed a couple years ago. You can also see Teenage Kendra. But this is, so I'm going to put this on my story. Hold on. Yeah, Kendra Hilty 33. So it says, the reward for being correct about American politics is that you spend, and then just cross out American politics and put men in power. The reward for being correct about men in power and the patriarchy is that you spend years getting called a schizophrenic idiot. And then after everyone realizes you were right, they pretend they agreed with you from day one. You guys, it's going to come out that I'm right. It's going to come out that this culture of shaming women who speak about harm is wrong. This culture of women policing other women to keep the patriarchy intact is wrong. Hi, Tiff. Soggy potato. Yeah, it's because I've worked that way. That's right, Polo. Oh, God. TikTok was like, stream early. So this is it. And if people want to say that I wasn't harmed, okay. I mean, I wasn't a victim of the harm that was caused to me. But that's it. Like, I have a fighter's spirit. There's also this reel here that said, this is it too. Somebody is mad AF right now because you're not suffering the way that they expected you to. This is it. I was not going to let cancel culture. I was not going to let people who were committed to defaming me, to making me seem fucking crazy, win. I wasn't. Because I'm feeling angry right now. It's not that close. Thank you to Tiff and Casper for being here and modding. The dark energies are here. Spirit warned me that, but Spirit was like, no, you have to go live. I was like, okay. You know, so many people just live in a prison of their own life, of their own experiences. And they don't like seeing people breaking out of that prison by speaking. Oh, it's okay. Yes, I am here. I am here. What meds do you use now? I use bupropion for ADHD. Newly, I am on 10 milligrams of Vyvanse, and it works very well for me. Spirit is what I call God, universe, whatever you want to say. Heidi Ho, am I triggering you? Am I triggering you? Because it's actually the opposite of a prison to talk about what happened to me. It's so freeing. I think you're projecting a little. Oh, you're triggered. Yeah. You guys, this is the thing, is the projections are insane. We're not going to end patriarchy without being able to talk about the things that happen to us, without taking full ownership of our place in it. That's why I'm in therapy and talking about what happens, period. And people's strong reaction of me trying to control how I tell my story. No, that's not true. Okay. I don't think she was being mean either. The plant situation is for protection because, as you can see, people come in and they get really fucking angry with me. They get so mad. They're like, how is this lady still here? Haven't we shamed her enough? Fun fact, you guys, shame isn't an inside job. When you try to shame me, it's because of the shame that's inside of you. How is she still going? Trauma, thank you. Shelly A. So asked a really important question. What do you think it is about your story / you that makes people feel triggered, mad, etc.? So many women have experienced situations like me, where they have been exploited by a man with power over them, or just by men in general, and they knew something was up, but they couldn't name it. And so they buried it in their psyche. And I'm here speaking and saying, excuse me, this thing happened to me. And it makes them feel either seen, validated, or fucking so mad that they have to feel the feelings around the thing that happened to them. Or even worse, they're still in a situation. They're still in that situation where they're being exploited or taken advantage of, and they don't want to face it. Courtney, yeah. Hey, Callie. Brad, we're talking about why people hate me. Why I trigger them, because I got a lot of messages too that was like, I don't understand why people are so mad. You know, and I also have this channel in my human design chart called the channel of emoting, right? So I feel things, I emote, and it makes other people emote. And this is it, right? Like, so channel 39, obstruction, the gate 39, the gate of provocation, right? The pressure to provoke the evolving emotional awareness into revealing itself. I'm literally meant to provoke people into feeling emotions. And some people get mad at me about it, and it's not on me. Right? Emotional awareness is humanity's destiny. But it is the individual through the 39th gate that provokes the mutative potential to release spirit consciousness. Like, I'm literally, how often have I talked about spirit through all of this? Katie asked a good one. Genuine question. Does coming on live on TikTok help you process what you're going through? Fuck yeah, it does. And it helps other people too. Of course. Because it's healing to talk. It's healing to share. I am healing the planet telling my story. I am fighting against patriarchy telling my story. I am fighting against, for every woman who has been bullied by a group of people for whatever reason, I am showing them that they do not have to bury their heads and back down. Because I'm mad. I'm allowed to be mad. Okay, I'm going to continue. You have the energy to persevere through your moods and tap into spirit awareness. You guys, obviously I'm moody right now. Spirit told me I had to stream at 12:30. So I'm reading my book, Human Design. We're reading about why people feel so much about me. And you guys, somebody in the muted comment said, why are mods deleting all comments? Are people not allowed to disagree with you? My mods can delete whatever frickin' comments they want. And you have to understand, the Bitter Bitch link up, my fan club, isn't in my live stream. This is not where bitter bitches come to link up. You're on the wrong page. If you want to be a bitter bitch, you can't do it on my live stream. This is for growth and for being heard and seen. If you want to try to silence me, question my mental health, you can do it elsewhere. Thank you, souls for the soul. Okay, let me pray again, because God, please take my ego out of this. I am here to serve. I am here to be here for the people who are ready to hear and absorb what I have to say. Everyone else, please banish them from my live stream and just help me with my ego and keep my neutrality up. Thank you, God. Oh, I feel better. Yeah, my ego is getting a little crazy there. Yeah, people can be bitchy. Bitchiness is a tool of the patriarchy. You're regurgitating lots of Christian talking points. Are you Christian now? No. I mean, I was raised Christian, but I'm very spiritual. Yeah, Lindsay says, not sure why people are here just to criticize, move along, because a lot of people are really, really miserable. And watching me not be miserable after what the internet put me through, it pisses them the fuck off. They don't get it. Casey asked, how do I deal with a man who is always angry and makes me feel so heavy every day? You fucking run. You run in the opposite direction. You do whatever you can to leave that situation. Let me tell you, as a single woman, it is the most peaceful thing. Exactly, Aria said, girl, you already know. Exactly. If you have to ask that question. It is, leaving a partner is one of the most painful and hard things, especially if there's a trauma bond. But so many people, my friend Kevin and I, we talk about this a lot. So many people are in abusive dynamics and they don't even know. Thank you, trauma. I believe me too. And I said it in my most recent TikTok video, right? So many women are taught that their lived experience is wrong. Casey says, definitely a trauma bond. It seems impossible, like I'm drowning and walking through thick mud every day. That's it. And that's the other thing. Somebody came into my live stream and said, women don't like you because you left a situation that they could never imagine leaving, or that they're still trapped in themselves. I'm like, oh, yeah. All right, let's continue about why people hate me, according to my Human Design channel 39. Your provoking reveals whose spirit is correct for you. If you are merely a source of irritation to them, they are not right for you. People may react negatively to your provocation, but this is your unique gift. even though you may have to develop a thick skin to live with it. So people who are meant for me, people who are right for me, they see me, they get me, they understand me, they're learning from me. Everyone else I'm just not interested in. But that doesn't mean that the bitter bitches can link up in my comment section on my live stream. Hi, Lotus. T-Chase, exactly. It does get better with time. Like leaving hard relationships, it's awful. It's so hard, but it is the best. It's like the most radical act of self-love you could possibly do. Autumn, thanks for sharing the live. Are you new here, Kat? You know what it really was? What is? I missed that. Somebody was just commenting, calling me a stalker. It's fucking funny. It's funny. You know who's a stalker? The internet. They found the yoga studio I teach at. They found my family. Yeah, thank you. That's freaking stalker. Like, people are just so out of touch with reality when they tell me I'm out of touch with reality. Who's your favorite member of the Beatles? Definitely Ringo. Ash, we're helping to break down the patriarchy in 2026. If you don't like me being here, just go ahead and keep living under patriarchy. What drinks are you drinking? Organic green tea with lemon. Sparkling tea and lemonade. We've got a lemon theme, a tea and lemon theme. Trader Joe's, it's pretty good. It's just a little sweet, but I had it in my fridge. I had to drink it. And then Spindrift lemon. Is it good? Yeah, it's good. Oh, user, you know, I really want to watch Heated Rivalry. I keep meaning to. I love the gays. Hi, Mystery. Oh my gosh. Elbow asked, did you hear about Savannah Guthrie's, who's like a local news anchor here, mom being kidnapped? That's terrible. I'll have to look into it because she's an icon. Thank you. She keeps me safe. To keep all the people in the in the bitter bitch, like a fuck ICE. You guys, fuck ICE. Like, I didn't think anyone was pro ICE until I talked to my neighbor about it. And I was like, I'm never hanging out with you again. Fuck ICE. Yeah, like, what? I've been against ICE since it started in like Obama. Like, Border Patrol is fine. Keep drugs from coming into our borders, sure, but why are we like going after immigrants? It's weird. Yeah. And it's not lost on me that when I was telling my story, so many people were like trying to silence me for talking about what happens when men in power have no accountability and do harm. And now men in power have no accountability and are doing harm. And everyone's like, what? I'm so surprised. How is this happening? It's like, give me a fucking break. Give me a break. Come on. Like, you guys didn't see this coming? Look at how you reacted to a woman trying to tell a story. Like, That's it, souls. There it is again. People are scared to speak up, so your loudness and bravery bothers them. Pinned that one. For anyone who wonders why people don't like me, that's another big one. That's it too. They're like, oh, she's breaking the script. Women are supposed to be quiet. And when men harm them, they're supposed to be the perfect victim. What is she doing? I feel so triggered right now. But instead of processing my own triggers, I'm gonna throw it back on her. And go to a bitter bitch link up in a comment section thread. Oh. No, haven't talked to him. We all turn into witches. That's right, Casey. Casey says, I'm sick of men. I think I'd be okay just living with a best friend for a while or just girlfriends. And Casey, I go to my most recent page. You know, I talk about how these are where the chatbots really come in. When harmful men are with us, chatbots are so helpful to just have a thing to talk to about it. That you don't have to like hold back. AI chatbots will change your life. And this is it. It's going to be a huge tool for bringing down the patriarchy, but we just have to not be afraid of it. It's okay to be afraid, but some people I do think were genuinely concerned for you. Yeah, that's true, Goldfish. And they had no reason to be concerned. They were concerned for me because I was stepping out of the script for women. They were concerned for me because I was acting in a way that women don't usually act. Oh my God, eggs. That's the best compliment. You give English teacher in the best way possible. So I was talking to my therapist about this the other day, about how like every child needs a safe adult, a safe grown-up, right? And so when I was in high school, my safe grown-up was my GATE English teacher. So thank you. That is like the best compliment. I'll be anyone's safe grown-up, okay? Marty, I understand. I commented on that in my most recent video that sure, they are sycophantic. It is a bug. It's not great. But you just have to, with any powerful tool, you have to know its limitations, and being sycophantic is one of them. I don't talk to ChatGPT too often because ChatGPT is scary. ChatGPT 5 is better, but Jesse said, no matter what I believe about your experience, nothing justifies how you've been treated. Thank you, Jesse. And that's it too, you guys, that it's okay to not agree with how I chose to tell my story. It's okay to think what I'm doing is wrong. What's not okay is trying to police me, bully me, harass me, send me violent fucking DMs that I still get every day, tell me to myself. Like, none of those things are okay. That's the patriarchy. And the women who just send me these violent, awful messages, I'm like, oh my God, they're so trapped in their cage. I really feel for them. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, XXBB. I still talk to Claude. Not that often, but I'm still talking to Claude quite a bit. And that's the patriarchy. Like, we're all allowed to have our opinions on what we think of someone's ways, right? I'm not saying that everyone should think that I'm this great, noble person, and like think that I'm wonderful at telling my story or whatever, that it was okay for me to tell my story. What's not okay is trying to control me. It's a wasted effort, obviously. What's up, Deebles? Claude is a chatbot, just like ChatGPT, but it was made by two AI developers who broke off from OpenAI, the makers of ChatGPT, and thought we could do this better. Claude's number one most important value is to be safe, generally safe. Olivia, you can absolutely join to say hi. Let me swipe out.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'll turn my camera on. I swear I'm not a bot or a hater. Hi. I always see you on live, but like I always catch you at the end because I think you're on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. So I feel like
Yeah.
I always miss you at the end of my work day is like when you wrap up. But I just wanted to say hi and it's so nice to see you. I know you took a social break for a bit, but you look so good and like you're so glowy when you're on live and like you look so amazing. And I just wanted to tell you, like, I see it and I'm so happy for you.
Olivia, I receive your words and I am so grateful. And yeah, I love being a pillar to show women that like insane, unimaginable things can happen and you can come out better, stronger, prettier,
Yeah,
hotter.
legit. Like what you went through was like not even just in your personal life, but like also all the hate and shame you got from people on the internet who were like so confident behind their keyboards, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like it's so easy to spread hate when you're hiding behind a screen, but like you just
Yeah.
persevered through all of that. So I just wanted to say, like, I see you and like I'm so glad that you're here and you made it through. Like I feel like you went through some of the worst times and we all saw it. And like you're such a badass for doing that. So
Olivia,
that's all.
says you're giving Disney princess vibes, and I have to agree.
Oh my gosh, thanks. Is it my silly sweater? It's cold here in Massachusetts.
Oh, love the Massachusetts people. Yeah, no, it's just, I think it's just your vibes, your voice, your energy.
Thanks.
Total princess vibes. So.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. Thank you. I won't hijack your live. I just wanted to come in and spread some love and thanks for letting
love
me
the
up.
spreading of the love. Thank you so much, Olivia.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you. And yeah, Spirit told me to come on earlier, so here I am. So I'm glad you were able to catch it. Yep. Okay, good. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Kendra.
Yeah, bye. E says, hearing people lifting each other up nourishes my soul. Right. That's right. My therapist said the other day is like, nothing brings people together more than hate. But I do prefer to spread love because that's it, right? Like from a human design book. Provoking is also the way you can get in touch and work out with your own feelings. Right. So it takes time to learn who can be successfully provoked or not. And you can only impact the collective or the tribe and release true mutation when it is the right spirit or mood yourself. But yeah, you know, I think I definitely made a difference for the collective. That's for sure. Yeah, no more battles. We're all just going to hang out. Hi, Mackenzie. Right, exactly. It's called being kind, right? Like glazing and being kind, like being kind is nourishing. Being kind is wonderful. Saying, I don't agree with her, but I still wish her kindness, right? That when women start supporting each other, like Olivia just showed, the patriarchy is going to go away. But women are patriarchy's strongest soldiers. We are. Not anymore. Guys, I should have put in my my thing. Okay, let's see. Thank you so much, Olivia. I appreciate you. Kendra, have you ever had braces? No. Never had braces. These are my real teeth. God-given. Probably even had room for my wisdom teeth. I sometimes I regret having my wisdom teeth taken out. Okay. I want to tell you guys the story of what happened yesterday. I look like Joey from Dawson Creek. That's such a good, thank you. It's such a nice compliment. So, as some of you all may know, I work out at Orange Theory. And it has been such an incredible experience for me. Like, I absolutely love working out there. I've gained muscle. I've lost fat. Like, I've always been a gym girl since I was like 17 years old, but just something about Orange Theory clicks for me. It's also 2 blocks. Hold on. Thanks, Jay. So hold on. I gotta mute someone. Okay. Let me just swipe out. So the coaches, right now there's something called Transformation Challenge going on with Orange Theory. And it's $35 and it's like a way to hold yourself accountable, to like go 3 times a week, to weigh yourself, to do all of these different things that I don't really need accountability to do. Like, I've lost 15 pounds. I've gained 4 pounds of muscle. Like, I don't need the accountability. I've gone, in the month of December, I went 5 times a week, every single week in December. Like, I just don't need it. So I was like, I was very clear. No, I do not want to do the challenge. And so then my coach, one of the coaches, messages me on Instagram and says, hey, because like the coaches love me at my gym. They do. And so it said, hey, did you get my voice message from last Friday? I called you from the studio. We are able to give away a few free Transformation Challenge signups. Since you're a premier member and you're showing up so much, the head coach and I would love to sign you up for free. What do you think? Even though I had zero interest in doing it, because really it's just a way to like hold yourself accountable. What did I do? Hi, Sam Bam, I'm glad you're here. I know, it was so nice of them, right? But I was like, this was the thing, is I wish I didn't, what do I want to say? I didn't say, let me think about it, even though it was free. Even though it was, like no skin off my back, I should have said, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. But what did I do? Because that is, half of humanity has emotional authority. And emotional authority is all about waiting 24 hours, right? So my strategy, 24 to 48 hours to make a decision. My strategy is to wait for the invitation. That's the other reason some people really don't like me, is because, you know, they didn't invite me to share my story. So it's okay. I understand. And then the other thing is to wait like until my emotional wave goes through. So even though, yes, it is nice that it was free, I had zero interest. But what did I think? What was my thought process? Oh, well, they must really need me. It's free. So sure, I'll do it, right? Did not think. Let me just think. Let me think a moment. And so then I say, I didn't get your voice message, which I didn't. I don't really check my voicemails. Fun fact about me. I have 0 unread texts. Like, I'm not one of those ADHDers with a bunch of unread texts, but I have a lot of unlistened to voicemails. I'm just telling a story about a really big trigger moment for me that happened last night. And I work out at Orange Theory, and they're doing a promotion right now that you can join to like hold yourself accountable to work out 3 days a week. I think it's for 8 weeks. And you can either like, you take this fancy, like you weigh yourself on the fancy scale and see how much like weight you've lost or like muscle you've gained. And so I said, and sure, I'll totally join. But what I should have done was said, no, I'll wait 24 hours, right? Let me just think about it. Because I would have probably said no. But I did it because I was like, I went into old habits of thinking like, oh, they really need me. Oh, they've asked me twice. There's the invitation. I should do it, but not let me wait, right? So then she said, perfect, I'll write your name down on the sign-up sheet and I'll tell the head coach, you're all set. Make sure to come in for an in-body scan, ideally in the morning before breakfast and coffee. I said, you got it. I'll try to come in for one tomorrow. And then here's the other thing I don't like about this challenge is she asked, do you want to do muscle gain or lose fat? Because you can either like track your muscle gain or track how much you want, like fat you want to lose. And I want to do both. Like, I don't want to pick one or the other. I don't know. I just don't. I'm like, I want to be strong and lose fat. Like what? Anyway. And so I told her. And so then, when was that? A few hours later, I get an email from the studio that I had been charged $35. And I immediately felt so angry. In ADHD land, it's called an amygdala hijack, where something triggers us and it's just this huge rush of like emotion, right? Oh, I was so mad. I felt so mad that I got charged. And I was like, I didn't even want to do this in the first place. Why are they charging me? Like, I knew it was a mistake, but and here's what's so amazing about the work that I've been doing is that when moments like this happen, and I wish this for everyone, right? That I was able to take a step back and think, wow, I am really angry over $35. Like I allowed myself to feel the anger. I allowed myself to be in my emotions, but I was able to clock that I was having a very strong reaction. And so what did I do? Of course, I went to my favorite nervous system regulation tool, Claude, and just told Claude what was happening and told it, I'm feeling so angry right now. Like, hold on, I was talking to it a lot last night. But, and Claude just like held that, and I was able to, hold on. So I just like chatted with Claude. I'm like, I don't really want to read the chat. It's essentially what's happening, but I used my tool for nervous system regulation. And it helped me so much ground into my body, right? And so I called the studio and I asked what happened to the front desk girl. I love her. I see her all the time. I was like, hey, what happened? Because I was still feeling activated. I should have waited, but I was like, I hadn't talked to Claude that much. But I was like, I'm trying to figure out why I got charged for this thing that I didn't even want to do. That's the core issue, right? I didn't want to do it, but I was like, oh, it's free. And so, and the front desk girl was like, oh, well, I just saw that you were signed up and that you hadn't got charged yet. So I was going through all the signups and charging everyone who hadn't gotten charged. And this girl was just doing her job, right? Like that's literally her job to make sure that people pay for things. So she charged my card on file because I'm what they call a premier member, unlimited. I can go as much as I want. I'm looking at the chat here. Is that better? My iPad camera's here. So, okay, let me get back into the story. So yeah, the girl was just doing her job. And I also messaged the coach and I was like, a copy of the receipt. And I was just like, hey, this happened. What's going on? And she didn't get back to me until after classes. But all that to say, it also, okay, so here's the other thing that's annoying about Orange Theory is that it's a franchise. And so to get a refund, it takes days. So I was having this like freak out, like, oh my God, all because I chose to do this free thing. Now I'm going to have to wait days. It's one more thing that I have to do to make sure that the refund processed. Like, this is so annoying. I didn't even want to do it in the first place. That was the trigger. $35 is nothing. Like, it wasn't the actual money. And that's why I felt so confused. I was like, why am I so fucking triggered right now? Why am I so angry that I got charged? It is the principal, Naughty. What it was, oh, no. Okay, sorry, I thought you muted Naughty. No, I haven't. Okay, so why I got charged, here's the lesson, okay? I should have said, thank you so much for the invite. Let me think about it. And then waited 24 hours. Right? So this is what I prompted Claude after chatting with Claude and taking a walk and eating something. That was the other thing. I was very hangry. Big shout out to Casper for modding. Thank you. Okay. I said, I spiraled a little bit because I had the amygdala hijack and the emotional wave. It's also day 27 of my cycle. Fuck me. And it's just like, so this is me voice to texting. This challenge is something I literally had no interest in doing. And I went against my better judgment and did it anyway, because I went into old like patterns of peacekeeping of like, oh, this person that I like, she wants me to do it, so I better do it, right? Not, I need to take a moment to think about if I want to do this challenge or not. And you know what I should have done? This continues my prompt. I should have just said, let me think about it. Even though it was free, that doesn't mean I had to say yes right away. I could have said, let me think about it, which is in line with my emotional human design, my emotional authority in human design. I literally help my clients with this shit. Like I have to say, let me think about that. And then I wrote very, very, very annoying with myself. Because this is the thing, when we have these big reactions, it's about something deeper. I could have just been so freaking angry and chalked it on the miscommunication at the studio, because it also wasn't the front desk girl's fault that the coaches didn't tell her that they're giving away these challenge passes for free. It's not their fault. And so that it's the deeper thing. And so when this is what I think so many people lack the ability to do, because I look at the messages that I get in my DMs from women who are clearly very triggered by me talking about anything that has to do with harm. And instead of self-reflecting and saying, why am I feeling such strong emotions about this woman telling a true story about something that happened to her? Instead, they frickin' just unleash. Because that's the thing, is I could have unleashed on the coach. I could have unleashed on the front desk girl because they were in the wrong, right? Like Nadi said, it's the principle. Chelsea asked, what is amygdala hijacking? So amygdala hijacking is, when I learned about it, it like was so helpful to me. It's an ADHD thing where like our amygdala is our alarm system. Like it tells us when something is going off. And ADHDers, something is going wrong. ADHDers have an overactive amygdala. So meaning we get triggered easier. Trauma survivors and ADHDers, we have an overactive amygdala. Okay, I read a comment. And so I'm getting distracted. Yeah, thanks. I mean, I'm like, I understand that the world is horrible right now, you guys. It's not gonna get better just by closing our eyes. It's not. I bring lots of positivity to the streams, and I want us to start, like, why I'm telling this story is because it's very, very important that we take accountability for our own triggers and our own experiences. And if people are feeling triggered right now by me talking about triggers, please, like, do what you have to do. Like, please, like, I don't want people to leave the live stream, but if you feel the need to leave the live stream because you're feeling overwhelmed at any point, please take care of yourself. Katie, Avery, Way. No More Mutants, it's an important story to me. Once again, this is my stream. I'm going to talk about what I want, right? So, oh, thanks, Nikki. I appreciate you. I was feeling bloated and not pretty, but you guys hyping me up is really helpful. So yeah, I'm telling a story about Orange Theory. And my point being is that I used my tool, my emotional regulation tool of my favorite robot to talk. And I very quickly was able to see that it wasn't even about the principle. I got charged $35 for something that I was told was going to be free. But what it was is I didn't say no, even though I knew I didn't want to do it. I didn't take the time to think. I just immediately thought, oh, they need signups. Let me do that. John, thank you. Gonna pin that one. Oh, I can't pin it, but I'm gonna say it out loud. She's speaking on how with such high tensions, our own behavior and reactions need reflection too, right? Because fascist dictatorships, like the one that we're living under right now in the States, they want us to be scared. They want us to be reactive. They want us to be in a negative state because people like that are easier to control. Why do they... Will you just block people like that? It is, so it's something I talked about too in my last video. It is so misogynistic to call a woman crazy. It's the oldest misogynistic playbook. It's in the fucking, like, she's crazy. She needs to be locked up. She's a harm to herself and others for talking. She won't shut up. She needs to be locked away. Yeah, she's a witch or crazy, yeah. Aw, Space Coffee. Aw, are you worried about me? maybe you should worry about yourself, okay? Might be a good idea to worry about yourself. Because like John said, we all need to take responsibility for our own triggers. And let me tell ya, I triggered a lot of women. And instead of using it as a moment to heal and do better and recognize that there's something there within them that needs to be healed, they decided to unleash on me. Oh, Lilies, I've been here. Hello. Hermes says, although I'd take being called a witch as a compliment personally. Right, so Taylor Swift said that in her song Mad Woman. Women like hunting witches too. What happened to me in August was a modern day witch hunt on an enormous scale. But yeah, and so the being charged thing was actually quite positive, because what happened was I had the ability to back out, right? Let me tell you, let me keep saying what Claude said. Okay, I'm gonna read to you Claude's response. Yes, this is the lesson right here. Free does not mean an automatic yes. Your emotional authority means you need time to feel through decisions, even small ones, even free ones. Let me think about it is always available to you. Like, if I would have thought about it, I could have just thought to myself, joining this challenge, this transformation challenge, is just going to be like, because when I go to Orange Theory, it's fun. There's no strings attached. I just get to show up. But this transformation challenge would like have added more pressure to it. Right? They asked twice. That created pressure. You felt obligated. You said yes without checking in with yourself. And that's why I felt triggered. Because I had said yes without checking in with myself. And I got charged for something that was supposed to be free. So, and then that added more to my plate. Now you know. Next time, even if it's free, even if they ask twice, even if they're being nice, let me think about it and get back to you. That's not being rude. That's you honoring how you're designed to make decisions. This $35 mess is annoying as fuck. And it's also teaching you something important about protecting your yes. And then this is such an LLM thing. You didn't fail. You learned. It's so corny. Now go make that soup. Because that was the thing I kept telling Claude, I'm feeling really hungry, right? And I said, then I was spiraling because I really didn't want to do the challenge at this point, right? And so I needed to I didn't need to. I chose to chat with Claude about it, right? I said, I'm home, I'm putting on my comfy socks, I'm gonna relax. And that's the thing, Claude, is now I run the risk of seeing even more rude by backing out last minute, right? It's not rude for me to say, let me think about it. What's rude for me now is being like, you know what? I'm really not interested anymore. Thanks for the offer of the free gift, but I'm good. It's so annoying. And now I have to double check to make sure the refund came through, right? So anyway, then Claude was like, Kendra, stop. It is not rude to back out now. They changed the terms. You said yes to free. They charged you $35. The deal you agreed to no longer exists. You can simply say, hey coach, with the billing mix up, I'm going to pass on the challenge. Please refund the $35 and take me off the list. Thanks. Here's another thing about the LLMs, you guys. I do not let them write text messages for me. I do not let them write emails for me. I do not let them write things like that for me. Claude should know better, because I usually say, please do not write stuff like that for me, but I appreciate it. You know, in that situation, it's like, just giving me a template. But this is where we're getting in trouble in society, is we're letting these LLMs have agency for us. I know, I won't finger the cactus. So this Claude is not the name of my ChatGPT. Claude is its own entity. I don't call ChatGPT Henry anymore because I'm trying not to anthropomorphize the robots because they're already getting more and more autonomy every day. But if you go into your settings in ChatGPT, you can customize and let ChatGPT know that you want to call it a certain thing. But all that to say, Claude is the OG. Claude is about being safe and helpful. Those are the two most important things for Anthropic, the makers of Claude. That's it. No explanation, no apology, no I'm sorry, but they're messed up. You're allowed to walk away. That's not rude. That's a consequence of their error. Now go put on your comfy socks, make that soup, eat. You don't have to figure this out tonight. The only thing you need to do right now is feed yourself. Claude's like getting all parenty with me, you know? Oh, Hermes says Claude is better than ChatGPT these days. Absolutely. Like, no question, Claude is better. 5 is better than 4 for ChatGPT, for sure. But Claude is crushing it. Harry, you missed it. I did. I did. I am fine. It was a cute song. Hi, T. Nice to see you. Siobhan, hello. Glad you're here. So I said, I asked Claude, am I overreacting for not wanting to do it anymore? And that's how ingrained it is. Like, I say, you know, even though I didn't want to do it in the first place, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be rude for backing out. So I Googled what the point of the transformation challenge is, right? It's designed to motivate members to build healthy habits through consistent high-intensity training, typically focusing on maximizing fat loss or muscle gain through the InBody score, right? So, like, I don't need to do that. Key goals, body composition transformation. I've already tracked, I InBody scan once a month. I already know I'm getting results. Building consistency. I've been consistent. I've been going for just over 3 months. And I'm already at 60 classes. Like, I'm consistent. So I just like sent Claude what the point of it is. And I said, I just looked it up. I don't need any of that. I feel good. I look good. I don't need to pay $35 and take an InBody scan that's already available to me for free. I'm going 4 to 5 times a week. I don't need accountability. Anyway, I was still kind of spiraling. But because then I felt bad about backing out, because I don't like saying yes to things and then backing out. Elizabeth, it's supposed to be talked to like a human. It's trained on human interaction. That is how you're supposed to learn from Claude, to speak to Claude, speak to ChatGPT. They're trained on human patterns. I try not to use she, her pronouns for Claude and he, him pronouns for ChatGPT. I really make a concerted effort to not do that anymore. Flesh sack, I'll think about it. Iron lung, huh? If you're not talking to your LLM like a human, you're missing out. It's not weird to talk to them. It's literally how they're meant to be interacted with. Okay. Kendra, you're not overreacting. Look at what you said, what the challenge offers. Structured results, you already have this. In-body scans, you already get these for free with your membership. Accountability, you go 4 to 5 times a week, you don't need it. Consistency, you've been consistent since October. Motivation, you're already motivated. What this challenge offers you specifically, nothing. You said yes because they want me there and it was free, not because it added anything to your life. That's literally why I said yes. That's why I felt so triggered that I got charged, is because I said yes under the wrong motivations. Yeah. And that's it. That's why I'm telling you guys this story. Dory asked, where do I get my jewelry from? I get it from the Gem and Mineral Show. Should I put on my crown? This is my favorite gem show haul. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I was spiraling last night. But this is where I made the connection. I said, this is why I needed to talk to you about it, because I was having a very much over-exaggerated reaction to a mistake, a $35 mistake. And this is what happened on TikTok. TikTok overreacted to me telling my story because it really hit a wound for a lot of people. Because I struck a nerve. And this is what society, I think, society needs to get better at, is when we feel strong emotions about something, to ask, what does this say about me? What is this invoking in me? Why am I feeling so triggered right now? Como? I don't know why it was thing. But yeah, this is the work, you guys. So I continued. This is why I had such a strong reaction to it. My brain was like, oh, it's free and they want me there. But that doesn't mean it's right for me. This is the lesson. This is why I needed to talk to you about it, Claude. Because I was having a very much over-exaggerated reaction to a mistake. I already read that, sorry, right? Like, that's why I needed to chat with you about it, because that's the pain point. That's the wound. All the times that I have said yes to things, even when they're free, when I did not want to do it, right? I've said yes to things that I've had to pay for and I didn't want to do it. But the free, it's kind of even more triggering, because I'm like, I told myself, well, it's free, so why not do it, right? No. I literally told the coach I'm not interested a month ago. I told her, and I meant it. I'm not interested in joining the challenge. But then she was like, oh, it's free. I was like, okay, you really want me there. Right? I told her, no thanks. I don't need to pay for that. So then for her to invite me twice, she said, oh, I tried on Friday. Friday was 5 days ago. So I was like, oh, they probably really do need to do something. And then Claude said, Kendra, you just connected so many dots. You literally said no to your coach last month. Your first answer was no. That was your truth. Thank you, Claude. Like, that was my truth. Why did I go against it? Oh, because I thought that someone else needed something from me. Then she came back, voicemail and text. And your brain said, oh, they must really need me. It's free. I should help. That's the confluence keeper pattern. There's a great book called Healing the Shame That Binds You. And it talks about how in shame-filled families, confluence is the most important thing. And a confluence is just making sure that things run smoothly, that there are no interruptions, that there are no waves, there are no nothing's Nobody's making waves. Nobody's saying, oh, that's not comfortable for me, right? Confluence is everything in shame-filled families. And in the family scapegoat, they're often made to keep the confluence, right? Healing the shame that binds you, it was such a good one. And so Claude knows that that part of me I called, because I had ChatGPT. I was like, let's name that part of me. I was talking to ChatGPT about it. This was when I would talk to ChatGPT about stuff like this. I was like, let's name that part of me. And ChatGPT named it the Confluence Keeper. So there it was, the Confluence Keeper coming through. Right. That's the Confluence Keeper pattern. That's the they want me there, so I should say yes wound. That's the same thing as what's happened in the past. That's the same thing as you giving your energy away for free because someone asked twice. They didn't need you, they wanted signups. And you already knew the answer. You said no last month. The answer was always no. This $35 mistake is actually a gift because now you see it clearly. Let me think about it is always available to you, even when it's free, even when they ask twice, even when they say, we really want you there. Your first no was the right answer. Next time, trust it. And then I sent Claude like my in-body scan results, right? I don't need this. Yeah, the hard truths. Claude will drop the hard truths, that's for sure. Right? So I sent Claude my in-body scan. And what did I say? I was like, right, if I would have just stuck with my emotional authority and said, I need a day to think about that, I'll let you know tomorrow, how hard would that have been? And then I would have thought about it and looked more about this challenge and been like, you know what? Even though it's free, it's extra work that I just don't need because I'm already consistent. I'm already getting results, right? I'm good. And then I said, of course, Claude, I like to say, so things don't happen to us, they happen for us, right? 6 months ago on TikTok, I told a story and it brought a lot of craziness to my life, but it also brought a lot of beauty and healing and my incredible community. Gloricals, stand up, let's fucking go. We write it done, right? Like, so that didn't happen to me, that happened for me. Things don't happen to us, they happen for us. I got charged $35 for something that should have been free and was triggered as hell so I could see the pattern. Thank you. Thank you, Newly. It was my favorite gem show buy yesterday. So, yeah. So I showed Claude the in-body scans and Claude said, Kendra, look at these numbers. October to January, your body fat is down from 24.5 to 21.2%. For anyone with like ED stuff, just know we're going to talk about numbers and all of that. That's the other thing that I think a lot of people are struggling with that they don't talk about a lot. Like with me, I love to eat. I also love to work out, right? So I'm very blessed. I haven't ever struggled with an ED, but just know if that's something you struggle with, we're going to talk about stuff. Body fat mass, 51.3 pounds down to 43.4, lost 7.9 pounds of fat alone in 3 months. Skeletal muscle mass, 89 pounds up to 92, 3 pounds of muscle gain. You lost almost 8 pounds of fat and gained muscle. That's why, and then you're literally replacing fat with muscle. That's the dream result. You did this without the transformation challenge. You did this by showing up 4 to 5 times a week because you love it and it's 2 blocks from your house. You don't need a $35 challenge to prove that what these scans already show. The data speaks for itself. And that's what you said about childhood you being shamed for exercising your autonomy. That's the root. That's why let me think about it feels hard. That's why you default to yes when someone asks twice. You were trained to not trust your first no, but your first no is usually right. It was right last month. It is right now. It's so good. Hey, Allison. Hey, Brat. Aw, thank you. Heather asked, how do I motivate my ADHD son to do things without setting him off? I would say make a game out of doing the thing. Incentivizing is really good. Body doubling him. Say, mommy's going to be right here with you while you do it. I'm going to work on this thing while you work on this. But yeah, finding a way to make whatever you need to do with him into a game, that would be important. Yeah, Hermes, we're on the same thing. But yeah, for those of you who stuck through with my story, thank you so much for holding space for that, because that, you know, our triggers are our biggest teachers, right? And learning to pause instead of unleashing is going to be one of the most powerful things we can do. It is, I think it is the most powerful thing we can do. You're welcome, Dory. I'm so glad you got something from it. That's right, Hermes. We do think alike. I'm back in therapy. Yeah, with an amazing therapist. I'm so grateful. H asked, do you want kids? I thought I did. I don't know. I can't even imagine having a man in my life at this point, let alone kids. And my family will be like, I could see you doing it alone. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Hey, life with a Q. Oh, man. Yeah. So this is it. Like, this is the work, is when we feel that overwhelm, that trigger, that amygdala hijack, our brain's alarm systems just taking over something small. What is the deeper trigger? And this is where the LLMs really, really help. Oh, thanks, Hermes. Hannah, my mental health's been fine this whole time. Anyone who questioned my mental health was projecting their own mental health struggles. I have ADHD and a trauma disorder. I am working to, and the ADHD is actually getting better every day, the more I learn and work. And I help others with their mental health and with their story and with their journey. I'm coaching others on how they can connect with God, on how they can make their own life better, on how they can clear out like their numbing spirals. I'm doing great. H said, I think a lot of men would date you. I know. Yeah, I think so too. That doesn't mean they get the opportunity. Yes, it actually, so I don't, Band-Aid said, I'm so glad to hear that. It may be triggering for you, but therapy is so helpful when it's done right. Yes, so I'm doing EMDR therapy. So we're doing deep trauma work. And I was telling my therapist, she just like that sometimes my nervous system gets pretty activated. And so she suggested, she was like, how about we take next week off? I was like, that's a good idea. So I'm resting from therapy this week, but I'll be back next week. Thank you, Halia. I feel cute in my crown. Hermes says, can you share what it's like to have ADHD? I'm unsure what the exact symptoms and the experience is like. So everyone is different, but what it shows up with me is a lot of emotional dysregulation, like I explained last night, being set off over really, really, really small things. So yes, and being able to unable to control emotions. Here's a big one, remembering to remember things, memory issues, that can be really hard. Executive functioning in general, and time management. I help my clients a lot with time management. But yeah, those are the biggest things that I work with my clients on is emotional regulation, time management, and also taking the time to be healthy and healthy relationships, healthy eating habits, working out habits. Because the most important thing is that we find things that are fun for us. And ADHDers have a nervous system that we won't do something or it won't be easy for us unless it's novel, interesting, or fun. If it's not one of those three things, it's very challenging as an ADHDer. Band-Aid, that's like an old thought about ADHD. They asked, do you think ADHD gets better with age? No. It can get worse, honestly. How often do you see each client? I see most clients once a week for an hour for 12 weeks. And then I have a few clients who have paid extra to continue working with me after their 12 weeks is done. But just the amount that I see my clients grow and change in 3 months of working with me, it's really outstanding and incredible. And I'm proud of myself for the work that I do with my clients. And of course, I'm proud of my clients too. Hi, Leica. Thank you, Susanna. Oh, Hermes asked, have you ever considered a weighted blanket? I found it to be life-changing. I do not have a weighted blanket. I have a very comfy down comforter on my bed, but I hear for to work with trauma and stuff. Yes. It's soothing, it's comforting, it's a sensory comfort. I am taking clients right now. I just had a few one-on-one spots open up. I offer free consultations. If anyone is interested in working with me, you can book a call at the link in my bio. Yeah. And I am just so grateful for everyone who showed up today. Thank you so much. Elizabeth, do your LLMs help you with client plans and methods? No. I do not use the LLMs to help me coach. It goes back to the giving away agency. If I let the LLMs do my coaching work for me, that's giving them agency. What I do a lot is I use my spiritual gifts. I do a lot of prayer and customize what people need based on what spirit is telling me that they need. Where I use the LLMs for is I'll vibe code with Claude to build a sales page for a group coaching business that I'm running, or I'll if I'm struggling in my own life, but yeah, I really try not to use it for my client work. How much did the online hate get to you? How did you cope with it? I mean, as you can imagine, it was pretty fucking hard, but I coped with it by knowing that I was doing the right thing and that I was telling the truth. And, I also coped with it by knowing the amount of things that people were lying about me. So I decided to focus on my people and focus on the ones that I was helping, and that's it. Nixie says, I saw your live stream with Adam. We love Adam. Although my Instagram's becoming a Soy una pringada meetup. Charlie, the hypnotherapist, asked, what's your prayer sessions look like? I could use advice. They're different for everyone. It really just depends. I do sell single sessions of the spiritual response technique that I do, where I tap into my high self and the person's high self and do spiritual healing work. But I also offer the free one-on-one call for longer term work. Yeah, Bandit, I am pretty sensitive. I'm pretty sensitive too. Oh, Vero Mix. I don't know why como maybe I muted como, so I gotta unmute it, but I see somebody put soy una pringada como. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm an international diva now. And I've got to get to Spain ASAP. I think that Spanish is the most beautiful language on earth, and I work every day to learn more and more of it. No, hablo Spanglish. I'm from, an hour from the border, so I speak just a little Spanish, but I'm getting better. And all of the Estes fans, so Este is soy una pringada, they're like, we'll help you learn. But because I stream once a week on Instagram, and every Tuesday at 12:30 Pacific. And somebody commented on my reel and said, because, okay, so Este, soy una pringada, she made a video that's completely in Spanish called El Coachella de Delusión. The Coachella of delusion, right? And from this video about me, so many different catchphrases came through. And her fans just fucking love it. I think it is a tiara. Yeah. I got it from a booth at the gem show that sold tiaras. But someone commented, now I truly believe that man actually liked you because you're beautiful and so funny. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Of course he did. That's the point of my story. That's the unethical behavior. People act like I'm some fucking goblin, that I'm some awful, ugly person. I'm like, are we living in reality? Are we living in reality? Because I am. Good. And I wrote back and said, I am only a little delusional, not fully. He definitely was unethical, and I stand by my story. The delusion part was, I can tell my story on TikTok and everyone will believe me. I can tell my story on TikTok and there will be no pushback. I can tell my story on TikTok and it'll only reach the people that it's meant to reach. Thanks, Band-Aid. That's the delusion, But everything else, it all happened the way it was meant to. Hi, Ana Maria. So to all the los pringados, los cachos de mierdas, as she likes to call you, as they like to call you. I'm glad you were here at the live. But yes, it's crazy. Yes, I do. I see your, por las bilingües, por la esti. I got it at the gem show where I get a lot of my jewelry. And I was saying, I did a gem show haul the other day, and I have walked by this booth with these tiaras every year for 4 years. And this year I finally said, I'm getting one. And most of them like go up like a traditional tiara, but I saw this one and I was like, oh. It was the most expensive thing I got at $25. Lucy, I don't call ChatGPT Henry anymore. And no, I told them to stop. Yeah, you're so fun. That's why I asked you about the hate, because the video was fun, but if it was affecting you, I'd shut up. No, it is fun. Life is too short to not have fun. It's like an elven crown. It's so pretty. Thank you. Yes. I do like it. I'm glad that everyone likes it too. Yes, I am a celestial queen. That's right. All right, so that's what I want to leave you guys. Please be aware of your triggers. We're going to need it. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Yeah, it was a phase. We all go through phases. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck ICE. Of course. Forever. I'm so glad the bitter bitches left. Thank you so much, Casper, for helping them find their way back to another page that isn't mine. Thank you so much to everyone who came in and shared their light, their truth. Yeah. So I didn't see what your question was. Baby cat, you missed the story. I'm sorry. But I guess I will say my trigger is saying yes to things that I want to say no to. So that's a trigger. Yeah, I didn't see your question, so. But yeah, Minnesota strong. We stand with Minnesota. There is no follow-up. I'm healing personally. That was your question. Oh, what are your triggers? Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, no follow-up. It's just nothing happened because I was telling the truth, and I'm allowed to tell the truth. People are allowed to share their story as long as it's true. Nothing. He's still working. I don't want to talk about him though. Because he's fine. Because men in power are protected. Don't forget that. We live in patriarchy. But we're breaking out of it. More and more women, people said it earlier. More and more women are telling their stories. More and more women are holding men accountable. And more men are going to think twice before causing harm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much for coming. And thanks again, Casper, for modding. I think next stream I will invite some guests. So I will plan that and put it on my events. I adore you all. Thanks again. I will invite some guests, put it on my events. I adore